And in addition to there being scalpers everywhere, there are a lot of new fans. There's a lot of pseudo fans. There's a lot of people who just like Pokemon and want to be a part of it, but they don't know what they're really getting into. They really don't know what they're doing. And this is where I'm going to talk about putting the cart in front of the horse when it comes to the market. So, when you see pop reports of cards, when you see population reports like on PSA, on CGC, on Beckett and stuff like that, pop reports matter almost the most, probably the most. More so, the reason why is because when you play the collectible game, you're what you're looking for is rarity. You're looking for exquisite pieces, you know. It can also get beyond the idea that you're just collecting cards. You're collecting artwork, you know, because it is legitimately just artwork. The means for you to get it is by random RNG, random number generator, you know, wherever the packs have been packed and wherever they've been shipped to. And it could, you know, the ring of power, that one of one ring, it could have gotten sent to Houston, Texas. It could have gotten sent to Florida. It could have gotten sent to New York. It could have gotten sent to California. It could have gotten sent to bumfuck South Dakota. You know, it's just someone knew how to send it. Someone knew to send it, but they didn't know who was going to open it, you know. So it was a bit of randomness. We all know that. And so since that's the reason, it's like this. People want cards. People want graded cards. If things are easy to come by, they're easy to come by. I'm getting a little bit off topic and I lost my train of thought. But ultimately, we're getting back to the idea of putting the cart in front of the horse. People don't know what they're getting into because of how much product's out there and how much shit is out there and how many people are now grading cards. Grading cards has now become a family affair, to say the least, where it was only the nerdiest people who cared about the most rare cards, submitting them for their personal collection as a flex, as a way to bolster their love for their fandom. And of course money's involved. I like money, so does everyone else. I just have trust issues on why people spend their money so stupidly. If I'm buying something like let's say like a car. All right, so I want a car and I want a vintage car. You know, I want a Mustang, like a 1969 Shelby Cobra Mustang. Okay? I want one of those cars, right? Now, the reason why those fetch such a high price is because 1969 was like well over 50 years ago. And most of the time people, they buy a car to use it. You're going to spend $20, $30, $40,000, maybe up to like 50 to 80 or 120. Some people up to 200K on a brand new car, and you're just going to put it in a garage and save it for later so that 30 years later, when the market crushes and you have the last low mileage unique car in the world, you're going to make your money. I mean, kind of good luck with that. But that's the reason. It's that the reason why those cars are so expensive is because people buy them, people use them. They get out and they get driven. There's wear and tear. They go through hailstorms. They go through regular storms. They get car washes. They get, rock chips. They get whatever, paint damage. Just shit breaks over time. But for something to last 50 years from the past and to be in the present is incredible. It's something that is very incredible, especially if it's in a high quality, pristine condition. And this is where I'm going to tie in to trading cards. Trading cards are rather delicate since they're just made of paper. And if they're not taken care of over, let's say, a year, if people have them and they're not really taking care of them, they're putting them in binders, they're sloshing them around, they're going through them, they're thumbing through them, they're fingering, those are eventually going to deteriorate. They're not going to monstrously deteriorate, but it will bump things down. A 10 can turn into a 9, can turn into an 8, can turn into a 7 if cards are not properly taken care of over time. So the reason why I don't like this market is because there is too much out there in supply. There is too much preservation going on. And a lot of the time, it's putting the cart in front of the horse. So the reason why a Shelby Mustang, like a pristine one, costs like $100 grand, $200 grand is because people bought the car and they used them. It's been a long time. It's been decades, half a century, more than that, And those things, in hindsight, people didn't realize that those were going to be a really, really sought after car. Hindsight is 2020. The same thing happened with Pokemon cards. People bought Pokemon cards because they thought it was fun entertainment for the family. It was the new franchise that little Timmy wanted to be a part of. Yes, like me. I got the game, I got the cards, I watched the anime on Saturday mornings. So in hindsight, people didn't expect that there was going to be this amount of attention to Pokemon. And so not a lot of people saved their cards. Just like not a lot of people saved cars, like automobiles.